Oh, we're starting? Let's do that again. Welcome to another episode of Tiger Fire. This is my friend Jose, a special guest. He's actually been filming most of my videos, so thank you to Jose. And you should check out his channel, Lunum, for more of the other shenanigans that we get into, including other videos and fun creativity that we are manifesting
into our lives.
So in today's episode, I wanted to take advantage of a guest to actually look at their chart and teach you guys the beginnings of how to read a chart in terms of the way ancient Greeks actually read charts. So, it's great to talk about, sun signs, blah, 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 Leo, okay, he's a Taurus, blah, blah, blah. That's great, but in Greek astrology, that's not really how they did it. There's a technique that I'm going to show you that will help illustrate that for you. So why don't you introduce yourself as well?
Okay. Well, I'm Jose, and I film Danny's episodes of astrology. And today we're going to learn a little bit about my chart.
Coincidentally, Jose and I's charts are almost exactly the same.
We are what you call soul brothers.
We're basically astrological twins without being twins, as much as you could be. Basically, we were born on different days. I was born on August 21st, and he was born on August 1st of the same year, and also at the same time of day. So our ascendants are the same, and most of our charts the same too. So it's interesting. It'll be easy for me to read Jose's chart from memory because it's almost exactly the same as mine.
All right, so I have one question. So every time I meet people and then hang out for a little bit, and then eventually they get to asking me like, "Oh, what's your sign?" And I go, "I'm a Leo." And they're like, "Of course you're a Leo." Why?
Well, it's just because Leos are just really beautiful and just effervescent. Your sun sign is a part of your chart regardless, but in Greek astrology, the ascendant is the most important thing to look at. That's going to really tell you who you are. And
my ascendant is on Sagittarius.
Yeah, he knows. Okay, so his ascendant is in Sagittarius. Now, if you saw in the previous video, you might know that Sagittarius and Pisces are actually owned by Jupiter. So having Sagittarius rising makes us Jupiter personalities. Now, Jupiter is a very spacious, large, big personality. They usually are interested in adventuring. They like to teach people things. They tend to be very interested in spirituality and religion.
I'm going to go ahead and scratch religion, but spirituality.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I actually see myself as very religious. I was raised Catholic, but religion, like a spiritual format, has always been really important to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was raised Catholic, I didn't like that, and I found Buddhism very quickly, and I liked that.
Buddhism is like 3,000 years older than Catholics, right?
I don't know, maybe. We'll have to check on that fact.
It is.
So then also about dignity. So in both of our charts, Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini. Without even talking about sun signs, you can see in both of our charts that we are Jupiter personalities in detriment in Gemini. Jupiter, Gemini, that tells you a whole story about us as people, and Jose as a person too, specifically.
What does it mean, like in detriment? You explain in detriment in the other video. What does that mean for me to have Gemini in detriment of Jupiter?
Okay, so a planet in its own sign has a lot of dignity and is able to really give its gifts to you. So someone who was born, for example, with Sagittarius rising, with Jupiter in Sagittarius as well, is going to have a lot of innate confidence. They're going to, out the door, be like, I'm a spiritual person, I'm a teacher, I'm going to adventure, no one can hold me down,
I was definitely not like that. I had to learn confidence.
Exactly. That's what happens when you have your ruling planet in detriment. You feel all this impulse to do what that planet's telling you to do, like be large and be adventurous and be honest and be blunt and don't let anybody tell you what to do and to just be who you are. But in Gemini, you can't do that because Gemini is sort of obsessed in all the details, is getting pulled into the routines of getting by in life. So it pulls you away from what Jupiter really wants you to do. So there's benefits in everything though, because when we struggle, we learn. So anyone who has a rising planet in detriment is going to have had to work harder to feel comfortable in their own skin.
Which will make me better at the end of the day, because hard work beats talent anytime.
I mean,
and talent is kind of hard work.
Well, actually, I mean, the best way to look at it is that, you're given raw talent or you're given raw skill in your birth chart. And if that planet is uncomfortable, like ours is in Gemini, you're going to be uncomfortable. And that discomfort's going to make you want to create and do things and try things and make mistakes. Whereas somebody who has a stronger planet, things are going to be more handed to them. So, there's nothing wrong. But I find this signature in a lot of my close friends where their ruling planet is in detriment. And it's just a pattern, like attracts like. People with rising planets in detriment have had to really fight for their own self-confidence. And, there's nothing wrong with that.
Truth.
There's also nothing wrong with it being easier.
Yeah. More power to you.
Yeah, more power to you. At first, I thought that our charts were we had different rising signs. I was like, okay, well, we're actually different people because our risings are different. I thought his rising was Libra. He's a Venusian personality, and only to find out that, we have the same exact rising, the same ruling planet, and the same sign, so we're actually the same person.
I gave him the wrong time of day when I was born. So ask him questions about specific different risings. I'm sure people can find that online, right?
Yeah, you can. It's just, there's a tendency online to see, oh, Pisces rising. I mean, my sister just sent me a text message the other night, like, oh my God, look at this whole page-long explanation of Pisces rising. And I'm like, it's Jupiter. That's not Pisces, it's Jupiter. Pisces rising is a Jupiter personality. And her Jupiter is in Virgo, which is also in detriment. So she has this impulse of, again, being Jupiterian, the softer side of Jupiter. Sagittarius is like, I know everything and I'm going to tell you right now. Pisces is like, I know everything about how the universe works and I just don't even have the words to say it. What you want to look at is, where's your ascendant? What planet owns that? And what sign is that planet in? I'll give you a whole story about who that person is.
Well, it was my pleasure to be your guest.
Well, I talked at you the whole time. All right, guys. So leave some comments below about what your rising sign is and what planet owns that. And feel free to ask me any questions. You can tweet me at TigerFireGuy. And also stay tuned with Luna to see
him singing a song.
Yeah, I'm going to be singing a song on his channel a little bit. So
bye.
Bye.